Hey there, Jeremy Goodrich from Shine Insurance, and this video is all about explaining how our process works. At Shine Insurance, we're a little bit different than other places. We really focus on risk management and strategy. So this video will very quickly explain why that's so important to your investing journey and how our process works. So starting at the very beginning, a lot of people will ask us to send them a quote. Maybe they're asking multiple agents to send them a quote. And the answer is generally no. We're not going to start from that premise. And here's why. Specifically for multifamily investors, we understand that the insurance market is really competitive. And what that means is a lot of insurance companies don't want to insure apartment complexes. They definitely don't want to insure frame-built apartment complexes, and especially if they're built in the 60s, 70s, 80s, if they're older, right? And so a lot of portfolios have that mix in there. And what we realized is the quoting process, for multiple different reasons, is not the most successful way to get the best price for the best quality coverage. What we have at Shine is access to insurance companies that other agencies don't have, and that is because of the process I'm about to explain to you. It starts with a risk management strategy. That's right. We do not start by quoting your insurance. We start by looking at the risk exposure your entire portfolio has. So this is a very simple process. It doesn't take very long. And you may already have a strategy in place for your portfolio. If you do, great. We'll use the strategy that you have. If you don't, we'll help you build a strategy with a couple of quick meetings and a layout of how that strategy works. This is talking about safety of buildings, safety of property, safety associated with the contracts you have with subcontractors, with tenants, with other members of your GP team. We're looking at your risk as a whole. It's important to understand that insurance is simply a tool, one tool for managing risk. There are many tools for managing the risk to your portfolio, and insurance is just one of them. So we want to start a step above insurance and say, look, let's make sure that you're managing risk correctly. Why is this important for the insurance piece? Well, when I go to insurance companies and say, here is the risk management strategy of this investor, here is why they're less likely to have claims, here is why their safety systems are set up properly, and if there are issues with their safety systems, they have a plan to address them. Here is how they maintain their safety systems, from the actual safety of staircases and hallways to the process that they go through to bring tenants in and make sure these tenants are going to take care of their space as they should. Here is what this investor does to find risk management strategies that work for them. You should consider insuring them. And here's the key piece. You should consider insuring them even though in general you say no to this kind of apartment. Do you see the difference there? Once I have a risk management strategy in place, I can present it to insurance companies that would generally be more hesitant to say yes to this kind of risk. The reality is, apartment complexes in particular are a losing bet for insurance companies. Insurance companies have lost money on habitational, on apartment complexes for about 14 quarters in a row at this point. That's what, 5 years? So we have a whole bunch of lost, I think my math was bad there, around 4 years. But we have a whole bunch of lost money from an insurance company side. So they are ready to say no. They want to say no. They're only going to make exceptions for certain apartment complexes. And the reason they're going to make an exception is because of a risk management strategy and an advisor, and that's Shine Insurance, that they know requires their clients to go through the process of risk management on the front. So step one with us is to look at your risk management strategy. Again, this is not some big in-depth, multiple month-long process. It's very simple. We have a checklist that we can start with and make sure it's there. And then if you don't have pieces in place, you can say, yeah, absolutely, we'll make sure our property management team does that, or, elements that we add. We've done this with multiple clients. They actually felt in the end, wow, this really elevated us as an investor, us as a professional owner of a business, of a property, and we know now that we're keeping our clients, often the tenants inside of our properties, right, safer than we were before we created that. So the next step is I'm going to look at so step one is creating the risk management strategy. Step two is to look at your portfolio of insurance policies already. Look, I can tell pretty quickly what you have and whether there's a big reason to move or not, right? A lot of folks, many investors have really bad insurance policies. I say 80% of real estate investors have policies that will fail them in a claim scenario. I can figure that out pretty quickly by looking at your portfolio. So we're going to look at your portfolio, at your insurance portfolio, and see if it addresses the risks associated with the property properly, right? And we can align the risk management strategy with the insurance strategy and make sure that works. If there's space there, if it makes sense for us to quote your coverage, then we'll go out to our best companies. We're going to show them your risk management strategy. We're going to advocate for the best price, for the best coverage that makes sense for you, and get you placed oftentimes with companies that otherwise you would not be able to be placing these apartment complexes with. We'll get that settled in. So that is step three, right? Is taking your insurance out to the market and finding the best option for you, returning to you and saying, hey, here was the best option. We use our portfolio overview, which is a very simple document to understand the insurance that you have on your portfolio and make sense for you. If you like what you see from us, we'll place the insurance. If not, no problem. And then once we have that settled, we have semi-annual risk check-ins. This is just a risk check-in to make sure that our risk management plan that we created at the beginning is being implemented. And anything we said, hey, we're going to get this done in 6 months, we're going to get this done in a year, that we're on track to do those things. It's just a quick check-in to make sure all things are on track. And then annually, we'll check in on both. We'll check in on the risk management strategy and we'll check on the insurance renewals and make sure that everything looks good there, that we have a renewal that's the best option for you. If the company we placed you with has some significant increase or premium or other change that's worth going out and really remarketing your insurance to all of our companies, then we'll do that again as well. And that is the cycle we live in. So I hope as you understand our process, right, starting with risk management, then looking at your insurance portfolio to see if it makes sense to go out and shop it to other companies, then shopping to all the companies that we have access to and really using that risk management strategy as a way to get to some of our best companies. And then if it makes sense, placing the insurance, and then finally checking in and maintaining, right? So we're going to make sure that things are going well together. That's really a different approach. I think that you see us and all of our clients see us as members of their service team, similar to attorneys and property managers and accountants and folks in that world, right? That is what you want, is to build a quality team, and that's what we want to be a part of. So if that makes sense to you, if that's a process that makes sense to you, we'd love to chat. The first step is really to get on a call and just chat about your portfolio and see if there's a connection there. If you're like, whoa, that is not what I'm looking for at all, no problem. You're probably not ready for Shine. And when you do get to that point where you say, wow, risk management makes a lot more sense to me, we will be here and ready for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Really appreciate the opportunity to share with you our process and our strategy. Have a wonderful day.